Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to DoMagettiIELTS.com with me, Trevor Gordon. This is video lesson number 3 in the IELTS Task 1 writing lesson, sample essay reviews. So far in this series, we have looked at a line graph, a bar chart, and today we're going to continue by looking at a table. So let's proceed. So here is our table. So looking at it, we can see it's billions of US dollars. It has countries and regions. So we have US, we have EU countries. So it's a group, and other countries as a group. Then we have a total. So these all add up to a total. Then we have a series of years. So you should know this by now. You shouldn't, at this point, you should not be taught how to do this. When you get the essay, or sorry, the diagram or whatever you're given, the first thing you must do is make sure that you understand all aspects of it by taking a minute or two to look at it. So that's what we've just done. So the title is, the table shows the amount of money given in aid of technology of developing countries by charities in the US, EU and other countries from 2006 to 2010. So it's about aid to developing countries given by charities. We have our 5 years, we have our 3 different groups, and then we have our amounts. So let's begin. The table illustrates how much money was donated to developing countries in the period 2006 to 2010 by US and EU charities to support technological development. So as we can see, amount of money becomes how much money. Given becomes donated. In the period 2006, 2010 changes from to. To support technological development in the aid of technology of developing countries. So technological development. Okay, that's good. So overall, it is clear that total aid increased during this period. Total aid increase, 15.7 billion, 30 billion. That's all you need to do. Look at the beginning, look at the end. So yes, it did increase. So that's clear. How much, we're not interested in until we get down here. US aid was considerably higher than that from other donating countries. Let's see. US aid, 9.7, 3.3, 10.5, 3.4, 13.5, 3.8, and so on. Yes, it was much higher than other groups. So there's our overview. Total aid increase, US charities gave the most. How much money donated in what period? Okay, there was a significant increase in the total aid given from 15.7 billion in 2006 to 23.4 billion in 2009. There. Significant increase. Rising sharply to 30 billion in the following year. So rising sharply. Imagine if this was a line graph, you would see exactly the same information just in a line format or a bar format. So it's the same information. The only thing here is that you don't have the visual stimulus. US charities provided most of this money with a rise in aid each year from 9.7 billion in 2006 to reach a peak of 22.7 billion in 2010. 9.7 peaks at 22.7. Correct. So this paragraph talks about the overall increase in aid and the US's contribution and increase to this. So, yeah, total aid increase, US charities. That's that. Sorry, that's that. Sorry, trend for total aid increase, share of total aid from US charities. Yes, sorry, I've put it below, not above. My mistake. So this paragraph is summarized like this. Then, however, contributions from other charities also increased. So this tells us, the sentence tells us what this is going to be about. Contributions from other charities increase. So we know that's what this is going to talk about. In EU countries, charities gave 3.3 billion in 2006. And then aid grew slowly to 3.8 billion in 2008. Okay. So it's only gone up $500 million. So that slowly grew. Followed by a slight fall in the next year, down to 3.7. So it's a slight fall before rising again to reach 4 billion at the end of the period. Rose again to reach 4 billion. Charities in other countries also provided increasing aid. Other countries, 2.7, 3.3, increasing, correct. Despite a similar fluctuation to EU charities in the amount given each year, donations went up from 2.7 in 2006 to reach 3.3 billion in 2010. 2.7, 3.3. So it went up and up, slight decrease, same as this. That's why it said similar fluctuation. There's our similar fluctuation. It went up, then it went down. It went up, then it went down slightly, and then it went up again. So that's what this covers. Okay, paragraph 4 compares the trend of aid from EU and other countries. Okay, so it begins with the EU, then it follows with other countries. There, charities in other countries. Okay, so this provides everything we need. It's laid out for me, it's very easy to follow because I can see what is being talked about. I can see clearly what the first paragraph is about. I can clearly see what the second paragraph is about. Points used to check this. Vocabulary used is not too complex. It uses the change language. Remember, changes over time. If there's time, it's dynamic. It's the language of change. So the objective is to accurately describe the table, which he or she does. Uses a mix of simple and complex sentences, no grammar errors, but we already know why, because it's a native writing it. Sentence structure, comparative and dynamic mixture. So we're comparing the EU and other countries with the US. So there is a comparison in there, but mainly it's dynamic language, but it's a mixture, and it's used correctly for this table. It's grouped into total aid, aid for the US, EU aid, and other countries. So these two are together, these two are together. So the paragraphs are very clear and very effective. The overview again is simple, but describes the graph accurately. Remember, overviews are very important. A good overview can increase your score. Punctuation is used correctly in complex sentences, for clauses, and between conjunctions. So here we have 4 different things now. because it's a mixture of dynamic and static or comparison language, we've got both. We've got the data and we've included the linkers. So everything is there. Review the essay as many times as you like to make sure you understand what you need to do. That's the end of the lesson. Please subscribe, like, comment, click the button so you're notified when new materials produced. Comments most important. How are we doing? Are we doing well? Do you like what we give you? Do you not like what we give you? Any comments, good or bad, are welcome. Comments help us go in the direction that you want us to go in. Visit our website at domagetti.ielts.com or look at our online IELTS courses and grammar courses at courses.domagetti.ielts.com. If you visit this site, you can actually sample one or two complete lessons so you get an idea of what the course, how the course is structured. It also gives you a contents listing of all the components of each course. So take a look at it, and if you like it, then you can sign up and take the courses. You can also book classes with me by visiting the Domagetti IELTS homepage and contacting us directly. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.